Head coach Jeff Zinn, sophomore Alex Fennell, and senior Mike Riley. Coach, you want to make any opening statements or take the question?
We'll go right to questions. That's good. Unless you want me to make one.
It's up to you.
I'm okay.
Coach, just your thoughts on the early part of the schedule so far, qualifying for national indoors, obviously a big deal for the program. What's that been like for all three of you, really? What was that experience like that first weekend, and what are you expecting this weekend?
Well, to kick off the season and win your first two rounds, to be able to qualify for the national indoors, it is a big deal. I was telling the guys that this is one tournament that I've never taken a team to, and it means a lot to me because it's so difficult to make the national indoor championships. So I think we played well. I'll let our captain, Mike Riley, talk about that experience a little bit too.
Yeah, coming out of our first match at Kentucky, playing them, top 20 team, I didn't really know what to expect. We didn't really have a match warm-up before that. But being down 3-0 in that match and coming back to win 4-3 was a great experience, and then to come out the next day and beat South Florida like we did. We actually lost them last year, so to beat them like we did the next day was great, and really started off the season right.
That was a really fun experience. Coach Zinn did a good job in selecting Kentucky. He knew that Kentucky was going to be a little bit weaker than their ranking might have shown. But everyone was firing on all cylinders. Everyone was ready to go. Like Riley said, it was our first match, so didn't really know what to expect. But it was all positives in Kentucky.
How do you use the experience of going to indoors kind of as a springboard for Big Tens? Because we all know in a situation where rankings and RPIs and all these things come into play, when your ultimate goal is the NCAA tournament, the Big Ten tournament begins to, the Big Ten regular season, begins to take more and more weight. So how do you build on maybe not peaking too soon now for a big event and carry that into the Big Ten season?
Well, and these guys know it, and I preach it all the time. We play for 5 solid months. You start in January, and you go deep into May with the NCAA championships. So you've got to pace yourself. It's a long, long season. And it's great to start off the year, and it's great to have that, okay, we made the national indoors. But then you put a bullseye on your back, and if you don't take care of business in some of the lesser opponents, I would say, you got to be careful. And that's what's happened so far. It's sort of been a roller coaster. We really played well there. We didn't play well our second weekend. This past weekend, I thought we played really well, even though in a loss. But I think we played really well. I think that's going to help us play well at the national indoors. You look at our schedule, and we've basically played. After this weekend, we're going to play 6 teams in the top 20. So, that's basically you're playing all the good teams in the country. So that's only going to help you going into the Big Ten. 2 Big Ten teams did qualify for this tournament, Illinois and Ohio State. So, we get to see 2 of the best in the Big Ten. I think we're right there with them, as the 3rd team. But Ohio State's dominated the Big Ten for the last 10 years, so and deservedly so. They're one of the highest-ranked teams that have played. They just won their 200th home match, which is the record of all sports, not just tennis, of all sports. So, 200 is a big deal. So that's the kind of, the competition we have to play against, and that's why we have these guys next to me and our whole team. We understand the challenges, and we know it's a 5-month journey, so it's a long journey. So you better be ready for it.
Yeah, I think for me, I only play doubles, and I don't play singles, so I'm not out there as much as the other guys are. But every day in practice we're just trying to get better. And if we just focus on that and not about who we're playing or, what the rankings are, I think, by the Big Tens and by NCAAs, we'll be right where we should be. So.
Yeah, I think last year we had a lot of momentum going into the Big Ten season. We won a lot of matches. We had a really good record. Right now we kind of are at the hardest part of our schedule, and I think once we play some of the teams, we should be. I mean, we played at Penn and lost them, but the teams that are considered lesser teams, we get that momentum going, and I think our team will start to click more once we get to the Big Ten season.
Jeff, if you could talk just a little bit, and I'd like to get the take on both a senior and an underclassman. The state of the program, this has been an exciting run that you're just starting. How does it feel as a coach kind of seeing this happen with a mixed roster in terms of age, and where do you see Penn State going from this point?
Well, I think to answer the first part of the question, I think we are going in the right direction where I've always planned that we should go. I've recruited these guys next to me and the team that we have to make deep runs, not only in the Big Ten but the NCAAs. You have to build a team, and a lot goes into that. You have to change the culture, which we did. These guys all believe in what the coaching staff is telling them. They believe that they can compete with the best teams in the country, that we have been doing, and we started it last year. And that's the first part, is build a base. And now we have to continue that base this year. And so we made another step, going to the national indoors. Now we have to make that step to beat, on a consistent basis, a top 10 team, the top 20 teams, the top 25 teams. We need to continue that. And so on the roster, we have seniors that come in and do their job. We've got sophomores that come in, and as a freshman, Alex played so high as a freshman. And for the media here, Alex has been written up in a lot of the tennis journals. He had one of the best years, impact years, that a freshman can have in collegiate tennis last year. To play as high as he did last year at number 3 for us was quite an accomplishment, quite an achievement. So he got a lot of notoriety this past year from tennis publications, how he impacted our team as a freshman. So we're very proud of him, and we hope things, bigger things from him, not only this year but in his career.
Michael, if you could speak to that a little bit, what this has been like coming here, signing on to start something, and seeing that foundation built and seeing the fruit begin to kind of bloom.
Yeah, I transferred here last year from UNC Wilmington, and at Wilmington we were in the rankings, and Penn State wasn't. Before I transferred here, and I didn't really know what to expect. When I got here, we had everything. I mean, everything was there. The coaching staff I knew was going to be great. Any tool we needed, in the weight room, everything was given to us, and I think all the tools were there. And last year we finally took advantage of it. I think the culture we have is a culture that is going to be in the top 10, and just seeing us grow from where we were last year at the beginning to being unranked to we got up to 16 last year, up to 16 this year, and that just goes to show how all our guys are coming into practice every day, working hard, and listening to what the coaching staff and the weight room guys are telling us. And I mean, the sky's the limit for us. We have everything we need, and if we just take advantage of it every day, we'll keep going. We'll be with the Ohio States and the Illinois that are in the Big Ten right now. So.
Alex?
Yeah, when I first got here, what Coach Zinn and at the time Coach Cagle were saying is, change the culture. Like, this is the time now. We had 7 new players. We could either stay. We kind of had a losing tradition before I got here my freshman year. That was kind of the pivotal year. We could either stay as the losing culture, the losing mentality, I guess, or we could, change the culture and become a winning mentality team. And I think that year was huge for us. If we didn't have that breakout year, I mean, we still could be at the losing culture that we were at before. So, breakout year was huge, and it was really fun to be a part of, to really do something that a lot of people think that we couldn't do.
Anything else for Coach Sim and the athletes?
Yeah, could you give just a general overview of what you're expecting for the ITIC Cup? For the national indoors this weekend?
Well, we'll most likely be the 16th seed out of 16. I think that's going to put us against Southern Cal in the first round, the defending national champions. They've won 4 out of the last 5 national championships. I think that's going to be a very good test for us to see, okay, now we're going to play the defending national champions. Where are we? Where are we? Where is our barometer at this time of the year? Where are we? Are we improving? Can we play with the best in the country? We've proven it against teams maybe 10 through 20. Now this is the top. This is the best. So we're going in there. I'm not saying we're going into, we believe we can win every match. We never go into a match believing we can't win. But we also want to be competitive against everybody we play, because tennis is a confidence sport. And confidence is just something that is attained every single match that you play. So we need that confidence factor to keep growing as a team. Like Alex said, we had 7 new players come in last year. Last year we were young. We're not that young this year. We are veterans, so we have to play like we're a veteran team.
I actually got to play Southern Cal my freshman year when I was not at Penn State, and it was, I think, my 3rd college match, and I played against them in Southern Cal, and they were number 1 in the country, defending national champions, and that was a good experience. I think I can help out the younger guys, telling them what that was like, and we'll go out there expecting to win every match. It may not happen, but that's our goal, and we'll see if we can do that, and have a good tournament.
Yeah, when we play USC first round, I mean, we have nothing to lose, and they have a lot to lose. So I think that kind of maybe frees us up a little bit. We really want to win, but if we don't win, like it's how it was. Like, they're the 1 seed, we're the 16th seed, and I always play my best when I'm relaxed and I'm not overthinking things too much. And I think against USC, we're all going to play well because we're all going to be relaxed and we're all going to be hyped up, and it should be fun. It should be really fun.
Excited to be there.
Yeah.
Anything else? Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Paul.
Thanks.